Matthew 14:22 through 33. Immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him in the other side while he dismissed the crowds. Shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. "It's a ghost," they said, and cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage, it is I, don't be afraid." "Lord, if it's you," Peter replied, "tell me to come out on the water." "Come," he said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came towards Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him, saying, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Nobody will tell you how much courage you actually will need in this life. The world actually says the opposite, that you need comfort, security, to fall in line with everybody around you. But if you follow Jesus, you will follow on his narrow road that is undoubtedly paved with courage. You will have to step out again and again and painfully again. And like Peter, you may feel that spiritual high jumping out of the boat, but the minute you feel the wind and the waves shifting beneath your feet, the reality of stepping into what it's like to follow Jesus really sets in. He will require you to say things you really wish you didn't have to say in front of people you really didn't wish you had to be in front of. He will ask you to leave everything, your family, your friends. He will ask you to step out first before anybody else around you does. You'll have days where you feel lonely, days where you feel like God is quiet, days you will long to just live a quote unquote normal life. We say we want to give Jesus the same type of love he gives us, but the love he demonstrates towards us is more than a quiet time, more than a passionate day at church. His love is nothing short than courageous love. Leaving heaven, his family, his safety, putting on skin like us, experiencing what it's like to wake up tired, go to bed tired. He was described as despised and rejected, not to mention the duty of picking up our cross and dying for you and I. His love was brave, it was costly, it meant something, and it was all wrapped in this overwhelming word, joy. I don't know why following Jesus on some days feels hard, but it is at the same time way more joyful than anything the world could offer, anything luxury can give. The joy of following Jesus, even on its worst days, is far more exhilarating than anything else. This is your reminder. If you're bored in life, you're simply not living as courageous as he's called you to live. If you can't see Jesus where you are, it might be because he's waiting for you where he's called you to be. You were not born without a dream or a life vision. He's called you to live and love him courageously. So will you let him teach you how to walk on the waves? Like Peter, he will reach his hand out to grab you if you fall. He will not let you fail. Will you unsubscribe from the world's fantasy of safety and comfort and live the way of the narrow road full of courageous love?